What's up, guys? I'm Marcos Lopez from MLR Sound Studio, and here we're gonna see how is made Narcos from Kizaru. We're gonna see the mixing process and all the things I did. Okay, so let's go. So I have here the session. I mix in Pro Tools always. I always work in Pro Tools from years ago. So starting from the beat, I have the track outs from 808, snares, hi-hat, 3 tracks of percussions, and 2 samples, and the tag, obviously. This beat is from my guy YU Woods. Shout out to YU Woods. He's amazing beat. This is crazy, and he's dope beat maker. So he sent me the track outs so I can mix it properly. He knows I'm always asking for track outs because I don't like with the stereo track, stereo beat. Fuck that shit. Just for recording, stereo beat just for recording. But mixing process, I need track out, please. I need that 808. That 808, I need it. Okay, talking about the song, as you can see, it's very easy song. This is just a whole vibe on it, you know. There's no intro. We have an intro, but there's no hook and verse, you know. It's just pure verse till the end. Let's talk first about the vocals, okay? It's the most important here. So, as I told you, we were in the studio, we was enjoying, smoking some, and we were ready to jump on this beat. Oleg was very excited, so this was very special session because we made this very fast, like in, I think, one hour or something like this. We recorded this in 1 hour, and after that we were listening the song and jumping in the room, like what the fuck we did, you know. Oleg was so excited, and we were jumping, and the song was not finished yet, you know, like. And I told him, hey, this is ready, this is a pipe, you know. And he told me, no, let's make some ad-libs. No. I told him, no, fuck ad-libs, no backs, no nothing. We are jumping on the room, you know, what more you need? So the beat and very strong and very powerful voice from Oleg. Yeah, let's go to the intro. What I did is, as I told you, I just chopped it. I sampled some phrases from the intro, and I put it there. You know, it's. Just did this because I told to Oleg, hey, let's make something on the intro, and he say, fuck that. Say, okay, don't worry, I'm gonna make something. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna show you what I use on this. I'm gonna open the mixer. Let's go to the intro. This is called intro. It goes to a bus. Call it Oleg intro. So let's start. I put some auto-tune, of course. It goes with auto-tune, this song. So I use this. And after the AFX, I put the Pro version to harmonize a little bit. So I like to put both because it's get more beautiful harmonizing. And I can, with the Pro, I can control the format of the throat. I can put it more low or more high. So I like to change a little bit the format, you know. It's just like a EQing. It's just like a feeling of EQing, you know, changing the format. Because maybe if you have some very low vocals, you can pitch up a little bit and you can get more clarity, you know, more clear voice. Even if he's rapping and throwing a lot of words like ta 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 ta, and he got like very low vocal, you can pitch up a little bit so you can understand properly more the words. So it's like a cue or tone equalizing, you know, I really like to use. And with the AFX, I really like to use it and remove notes directly. If there's some note that I want to stay avoid because it's disturbing me, I can directly off, just clicking, you know. So it's very nice. Then I go with the de-esser. The first thing after, sorry, before go to the compressor is a de-esser to not have too much problems, because Oleg has very um, very strong voice. He can hit too much energy through the mouth, you know. So let's see the EQ. EQ, as you can see, is very cleaning. Some frequencies that I don't like, and I hear, you know, this is disturbing me because of the mic or the recording. The mic I use it for this one is the Neumann TLM 103. It's pretty modern mic, but Oleg honestly is one of those vocals that need a more vintage vocals. But we decide to use this Neumann through a NIF preamp. Yeah. And then I go with a compressor. I really like to use DBX 160X, the vintage version, to compress a little bit. This is very old trick, very classic technique. So I clean a little bit. This is just clean, pure clean. Some like very straight notch. I put a high pass filter till 73 hertz, you know, because I don't like to go like very trap auto tune vocals, cutting till 155 125, something like this, because you start to getting phone effect, you know, like very thin vocal, you know. It doesn't have attitude. So I really like to cut all this part that I don't really like, and but I don't like to destroy the low end. Low end is very important. So yeah, after queuing is going through the bus that I have a lot of things, some flavor. I like to go hot but under control. Always to get that crispy sound. I use the lo-fi. This is a native plugin from Pro Tools. I use it to distort a little bit. Then I go with one of my favorite compressors. Is from Waves. It's like a 1176 style. So then I go with the Cream. It's a beast. This is a beast. The Cream 2 from Acoustic Audio is very nice plugin. I go on line mode. I'm boosting a little bit of of low end, and a little bit of high, and then I'm using the compressor. Just I'm compressing not more than 2 dBs. I'm going to show you. I really like to use the compressors step by step. So it's just nothing. You're going to see right now. Yeah, I'm pushing a little bit more the CLA because this plugin has a lot of character. You know, it's when you put this plugin, for me it sounds like an album, like a very expensive vocals. This plugin, the 1176, is very great compressor for me. Always work in a lot of vocals, a lot of different type of vocals, and it sounds amazing with a very good harmony distortion. This is the blue phase. It's a little bit even with more character than the black one. The black is more moody, so I really like to use this one. So then the Cream I show you, then I go a little bit more EQing because this is an intro. So I did like very creative, throw a bunch of plugins making me this attitude, and then I put some delay and blah blah blah. So boosting a little bit of highs, cutting mids, more compressor. This like a Fairchild type compressor. This is from Waves, Fairchild. Then I put the doubler. This is a very nice plugin also to create the stereo image. Я замороженный в ляле растаю. Поцелуй выстрелы, я не моргаю.
Мысли за гранью, казавшись за крайними нужно.
Then I go with more sibilants to control the S's. As I told you, Oleg has too much energy on the vocal, so the S's and the Russian accent is very, you know. So, and then I have a little bit more distortion. This is like Saturn from FabFilter, but I really like this. Spectre is awesome plugin. It's not, it's just for boost. You cannot cut. So you can choose the different type of distortion, then the Q and boost, so it's very nice. And it goes to a bunch of effects. So it goes to Valhalla, but I'm not using any Valhalla. I'm calling Valhalla because it's like a big space, but I'm using actually Lexicon. It's just I like the name, but I'm not using Valhalla reverb. So I'm using here I'm not using this. Actually this one, and my magic one is this. Just these two ones. One is the magic, and the other one is the Valhalla. Is this one. Boom. This one from here. So I'm gonna turn this on.
Мысли за гранью.
You're gonna see how this is going. It's just a bunch of plugins. You can see I put chorus, I put metal flanger, air compressor. Yeah, this is a trick that I saw. This is used also by Jason Joshua, I think. So it's crazy delay, very creative delay.
Мысли за гранью.
You can go very crazy if you send too much.
Мысли за гранью, казавшись за крайними нужно. Внимание.
Can be totally a mess.
Мысли за гранью, казавшись за крайними нужно. Внимание, внимание, внимание. Позволил выстрелы, я не баргал.
That's it. Yeah. Then let's go to talk about hook. Well, the hook. I call it hook, but it's the main verse. So it's the same. It goes without a tune. It goes with this. Then the ESR cleaning with more EQ. I have two, because one has a little bit different EQ. It depends of the vocals. If there's some resonance, I like to split on different track and do a different treatment, much better. So this is the same, pues auto-tune, blah blah blah, DSR, and EQ. But EQ is a little bit different than this one. Just different frequencies. Then the same lo-fi to add character and distortion. Then we go into compression, the 1176. Then I like to put directly this one. I like to use different EQs. Different compressors. I don't like to go with one compressor and maybe compress 10 dBs. No, I like to go step by step. I put one, compressing one, maybe 2 dBs maximum. Then I put another one, compressing another 1 dB, and I put another one. And it's like this how I get this in your face effect. So after Opto, this is very nice compressor. As you can see, I'm not compressing too much. I'm gonna just open both, and you're gonna see. CLA, I'm compressing maximum 3 dBs, and with the Opto, I'm compressing maximum 1 dB. I go with this C4 multi-band compressor to control the mids. Most of all, the low mids is very. Oleg has very low and very deep vocals, so this is helping me to remove all this um, bad low frequency resonance from the voice. Then I go with the Cream, this fantastic plugin, as I told you, boosting highs, boosting lows and boosting highs in 12 hertz. on the highs, 12K, sorry, and then 200 hertz on the lows. And then I'm using the compressor too, also, of course. As you can see, I'm not compressing even 1 dB, you know, it's just getting me character. That's what I want. Then I go de-esser, then I go soothe. If you don't know soothe, go and check it right now, please. This is one lifesaver from harshness voices. If you have some singer or rapper, an artist that has very nasal, or maybe the recording was made through a bad microphone or bad preamp, and you have some on 3.5 or 4 kilohertz, you have this harshness sound, you know, that I call. It's very ugly, you know, very unlikely sound. So Sooth is very nice. It's making this work perfectly. It's removing with 100 notches, you know, it's removing all the frequencies that I don't like. Looks like I'm boosting, but I'm not boosting. This making this actually is reducing, you know, you cutting. So I'm cutting this around 2 kilohertz, and then around 3.9 or 4 kilohertz, and then I cutting the lows in 140 a little bit. And then let's keep moving. I put the spectra that I really like, so I'm boosting a little bit of low, just making to adding character, you know, with a solid distortion mode, and then a little bit of highs, just supporting, just adding me some character that maybe I cut it because was necessary to cut and get it more clean. So then I put it extra a little bit. So because this equalizing with this plugin is wonderful, because it's you adding harmonics, you know. And as I told you, you can only add, it's not cut, you know. You can choose different type of distortion, and let's go, and then you have preset, you have a lot of things here. You can play with it. And then the same it goes, this vocal, to get this in your face effect, I go with New York compression. It's parallel compression. I'm sending here in this track. I got my friend like more than 10 dBs, 11 to you know, I'm getting money, I'm getting clean a little bit, and I'm just blend it, just blending it, you know, just blending it, you know. Like you can see the difference. I'm getting money, вся моя стая будет пирань. Мы разорвем они баря, не вижу в них чести, морали, рэп и Коби Брайан. It gets a lot of in the front, you know, goes directly in the front. And then I use one reverb, two reverb, you know, the 1 and 2, sorry. Then I put some delay, quarter note, and I'm using one of my favorite delays, Echo Voice. I'm splitting the stereo, I'm compressing a little bit the delay, and I'm sidechaining the vocals to this delay. So this sidechain, I do it in all my effects, you know, also on my reverb, you know, on the main reverb, I'm doing sidechain. This is a very classic trick a lot of engineers are doing. It's just sidechaining your effects. It can help to you to create big space with the reverb or delays. But oh, somebody arrives. Somebody arrives. Here's Isxkii, Nikita, my guy, my manager. He's gonna help me with this. He's gonna reply to you with some question you have on Telegram. He's gonna help me to translate. So he's the guy. He's the guy behind me. Special guest. I was talking about sidechaining effects. Yeah. So it's just helping to you to create big spaces with reverb or delays. but not disturbing the main vocals, because you can put a lot of big decay of reverb, and every time the voice is hitting, you're gonna get explosion of reverb, and you don't gonna understand the words properly because it's gonna be so wet. The singer is saying the words, and when he finish, the effects comes again, and you can listen the tail, the decay. So it's very, you can get very clean reverbs with this, side chaining. So side chain your effects, please. You're gonna understand what it's doing. And then pues nothing more, just go with the master bus. Master bus, I have my compressor from uh, cymatics. This is the glue. The glue, I know this plugin like the glue. This is the compressor, one of the main I really like. Then I go soothe a little bit just to remove the high frequencies that I don't like. To put in the master is very cool. You can try to put soothe on the master. So then I go with one of my favorite EQs on the master is the Mac EQ4. So this is very nice. I'm boosting the sub, boosting a little bit of the magic band is the air. And then here I'm doing nothing, just the sub and the air. That's what I really go for this plugin, the sub and the fucking air, magic things. And then I have some little EQs. It's on the master just to remove even more things that I don't really like about frequencies. And then just very soft. As you can see, I'm cutting like 0.40, dBs. I'm just nothing. But this 0.4 on the master is too much. So, and nothing. This is the I'm keeping like the mixing levels because I did not master this. The mastering was made by Alex Sudorakis. Shout out to Alex Sudorakis too. He's working on New York and he's making so crazy, crazy masters. He's working actually with dope artists from the high leagues there. So shout out to Alex. And what more? Let's go with a beat. Let's go with a beat very fast.
Tell me, how do you approach 808s, bro? Because this shit slaps hard as fuck, man. Like, for real, like the way you approach the low end is like different level, for me.
Yeah, I remember this mix was made in 2020. So I was mixing with a distortion unit. It's called Charisma, the Charisma from SPL, and I put some new tubes inside, and those tubes was giving me a lot of character on the 808. So in that time, I used that. As you can see, this track is called 808 Processed. That means this is the return from the unit, and I print it. So this actually, I don't have the original 808 sounding. This is the return from the. This is actually with distortion from that unit. So I'm gonna show you the mix. Here I'm just cleaning. That's doing almost nothing because from 18 here actually the 808s have this energy on this point, but in the music for a speaker is almost impossible to reproduce this frequency. So I cut this shit out, and I cut the highs because I really like to make the 808s making boom, no, not too much, more low. I don't really like to listen the attack because the attack I'm gonna add before. I'm gonna add my own attack sound from the 808. You're gonna see because with this tree you can reproduce any 808 on in any type of speakers. Fast, let's go with a snare. I'm just boosting the lows to make more body and cutting some mids. These frequencies, the 2K, the around 2K is very very dangerous when you putting very high snare. If you mixing and putting high snare, every time the snare hit, you're gonna listen and you're gonna close your eyes because it's too much. It's too much. So I really like to cut this space so I can put up the snare. But
what is the frequency range?
It's over 1K and 3K maximum. This is in 119, so it's in the middle. This frequency is actually, I remember one song I sent to Alex Sudorakis, and he tell me, "Hey, yo, this snare is hitting hard on the 2K," and I say, "Okay, let me check the mix," and I had some distortion on 2K. I say, "Oh my god!" and I start to cut this shit out because I'm adding more distortion and compression, and I want to make sure my snare is not gonna hit badly, you know, like too much, too high. Then I'm putting extra sauce, extra distortion with the spectre on the lows with the snare to add some body, and then some attack. This is a very nice plugin from is XLN Audio, I think. Drum Shaper. This is to like transient designer to attack, sustain. Mojo is like more high, like high
reaction.
Reaction
time.
Mojo. It's just subtle, you know.
Yeah,
it's
like
just
the
tone of the exactly the tone of the snare. It's like or low or high. You know. So I really like to keep it like very low. I put a little bit of attack to have extra punchy, and you have different algorithms. Depends what you using. This is snare, kick, very nice transient designer. And then let's go with second snare. It's just the same, but different EQ. Then the hi-hat, I go with lo-fi. This is a native plugin from Pro Tools. I put a little bit of distortion. And then sooth, because the hi-hats, I really take seriously the hi-hats. On urban music, hi-hat is so fucking important. It's so important, man, because you can get, as I told you, very aggressive hi-hat on the highs. It's going directly to your ear.
Like
is to
getting tired. You're getting
exactly.
Tired,
you can fatigue. You know, you get ear fatigue. You know, so I really soft. I put it. I really how to say to make it softer with the sooth. This is the guy. You know, you can see.
Yeah, you can really hear like the.
I'm talking about very high frequencies. So this shit is helping a lot.
So it doesn't even interrupt the voice because the range of the voice is somewhere there.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. And then I have the perks with some EQ. Nothing important. As you can see, I love to add lows and cut mids because then you're gonna see the final chain when there's the really spicy shit. So I trend to cut here before going to the main bus because here I'm putting a lot of things, so I don't want that harsh sound. So I really like to cut mids, high mids between 4K, something like that. The more percussion, and then the samples. The sample I'm sending to this bus is called melody because I have the drums here basically are this snare, hi-hat, perks going to this bus, call it drums. Then I have the 808 going to his 808. Then I'm going to talk about this, but wait. And then the samples and the tag, I'm going to melodies. So I have here on the drums, I have some R bass to add some character, you know. And here I have some compression and then distortion from Decapitator. I really like this compressor. This distortion unit. Then let's go with the 808 because as you can see here on the track, I'm just cutting, and here I'm compressing with Alicia a little bit.
What did you change in Alicia? Like, what are the knobs you are going with?
Here it's just basic compression. You're gonna hear.
How many dBs you get in?
It's not too much with 808. I don't really like to go too much. Like, let's see. Oh, sorry. You know, like 1 dB maximum, 1 dB.5. You know.
And attack? Do you keep it like
very slow? You know, slow because I want the transient. I want the hit.
And the release low.
Release is low. Yeah. This is the type to get very high punch, very high transient. Because if you go like this, you got the first transient you got, and I want to really hit you up. this is from wave. This is like a type of compression. This is compressing all the lows, and this is compressing all the highs. So this is I'm not using at all. It's just compressing the lows. This is like a type of compression, frequency compression. It's very nice. It's adding character in the low end, and in the same time is compressing. It's like very very nice. Then I go with the Ruby. This is a beast. I'm boosting a little bit the 20 to go very very low, and then I cutting a little bit the 30. It's just like a pull tech style. I'm just cutting and boosting at the same time. Very pretty similar frequencies. It's just this is adding a lot of weight and character and attitude to the 808. And then I'm cutting the release because when I'm going that low, very low end track, very low end 808, I really like to take care about the decay of the 808, because when you starting to compress and putting all this I did, the decay is starting to go up, going up. Is starting to get a massive low end, So the decay of the 808 can be overloaded by the next hit of the 808. So I try to put a very short sustain. As you can see, sometimes when there's some note, some 808 that is disturbing me, I just put it down directly. I go here and I put it down. I do a clip gain and I put it down, because I sometimes some notes of the 808 is hitting too hard the pain of the notes, and this is very low. This is very low. Sometimes when the 808 is too heavy and it has a very long decay, I really like to put I do a cut like this, and I put a fade out, so I can control. I can create my own decay of the 808. If I want like a boom, I can do like this, and just
like a short.
Exactly, it's like. I can control the 808. How the fuck I want, So yeah, that's the beat. And then let's go with the melodies. The melodies is a bunch of distortion. I have so EQ, so I can clean a little bit the mids and some high pass filter. Then I put some stereo wild, more stereo wild, and then I'm compressing the melody to get it very consistent melody every time on that, because this is very dark synth and I really like this shit is crazy. So, and then all this goes to another bus that I can control. It's just all music. Делаю чеки, вставай с постель, задаю тренд. Почему мне не платят процент? Чейзи crazy, мои пациенты. Сингл несли как тебе за концерт. И весь мой Narcos, меня вырастили Narcos. Кило спрятано на барке, все, что я знаю, меня. And here I have, this is Little Radiator, it's crazy. It's adding a lot of character. Делаю чеки, вставай с постель, задаю тренд. Почему мне не платят процент? Чейзи crazy, мои пациенты. Сингл несли как... It's like emulation of old school type console, like type of distortion units. This very vintage style, so this is crazy. You can go very. Делаю чеки, вставай с постель, задаю тренд. Почему мне не платят процент? Чейзи crazy, мои пациенты. Сингл несли как тебе за концерт. И весь мой Narcos, меня вырастили Narcos. Кило спрятано на барке, все, что я знаю, меня научили. You can fucked up with two fucking knobs, it's just two knobs, bro, but you can see. Делаю чеки, вставай с постель, задаю тренд. Почему мне не платят процент? Чейзи crazy, мои пациенты. This type of digital distortion that you can see in Instagram,
like the reels, like
when you see some some snippet song, and when the song is dropped, you go to some very good headphone, some very good speakers you listen, and you don't like at all, you know. You don't like it all because it was too hype, was too distorted. They put this type of shit to get the reaction on the phone, so the phone is almost exploding the phone. So it was like that. Then I go with my guy, the Shadows Hill.
Делаю чеки, не вставай с постель. Задаю тренд, почему мне не платят процент? Все эти crazy мои пациент. За сингл несли как тебе закан.
Then I go with the push tech. It's like from Waves, very very nice, very classic EQ. All people needs to know this plugin. Is for kicks, for everything, for vocals, for everything. So I'm using this right now on the beat. And then finally with this guy, just making some stereo split with this, cleaning the sides. This is a very nice cue. This mono and the stereo.
Yes.
So cleaning the lows on the stereo a little bit, and I'm putting all the mono. I'm using when I'm putting this EQ. Always I put the mono maker. All the lows need to be mono because it's dangerous. Then when you reproduce the lows on the car, or this needs to be on the vinyl, printed on vinyl, you need to take care about this low, about the low end. So I put everything from 60 hertz go mono, everything. So directly straight, and then I sprayed up the stereo a little bit and cleaning the sides a little bit. So this is some parallel effect, some parallel treatment that I make to my beats. That I make always to my beats. Sorry, not my beats. Let's talk about this parallel processing that I have to all the mixes I did. I have this. Is one call it high punch. One is more front. To one more. It's just to add more in your face. I'm going with this trick. I'm gonna be honest. I learned from Jake and Joshua, and I really like how he made this. You know, because this is adding a lot of in your face effect. You know, it's very 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 worth it. And high punch. So I'm sending just the drums and the 808. I'm sending to here. It's too much presence, you know. If I mute it, bam, you know, it's a lot
energy.
And then I have some parallel compression. I'm compressing with Alicia 100. I'm compressing like 10 dBs, and I'm just blending with the beat a little bit. New York compression or parallel compression, how you want to call it. Whoop. And that's it. And the high punch is like a high frequency effect. It's distortion, SSL compression, more distortion, and just cleaning with a high pass filter. So this is adding a lot of highs. Drums, so you can listen the crispy on the 808s and that. Just so crispy, you know. Just adding some crispy things. Popcorns, bro. And the 808. I forget to explain to you one very important thing. Is a parallel for the high frequency. That's the trick that I told you at the very beginning of the video, but I totally forget. So this is the parallel 808. I call it 808 parallel. This is giving me the high frequencies of the 808 because you want to listen the 808 on the phone, on the earbuds, on everything. So what I'm doing is just putting distortion with the capitator. I'm I'm boosting. I'm gonna explain to you. I just find the frequency of the 808 that I like to boost, and I just boost it like more than 10 dBs. It's 11 dBs. You're gonna say, that's crazy. Yeah, I know. Then more distortion, boosting, more highs, and cutting the lows because here I want to treat the high frequency, not the lows. Then I have some stereo split. You're gonna see, and more split. So this shit, what it's doing basically is like, if you remove, you have no 808. Like you have 808 of course, but I like to listen to 808 on the phones.
Yes.
I like to boost that high frequency that basically doesn't exist on the 808. So with all this distortion and high boosting, I'm just creating and just taking up all the non-existent high frequency from the 808, and then I'm blending. I blend a little bit because if you go like this, it's too much. So you go like -50, something like this. Didn't make it too much. Look the 808. Looks good, but looks so low.
Right.
Bro, this is fantastic.
That's where the
Yeah, and this is working in parallel. It's making a lot of energy. Just zooming. I like to zoom, zoom a little bit with a little bit of compression, a little bit of this, just to send to another bus and throw a bunch of plugins and blend it. This is the way how you can get this massive and big sound, and not be shy to try new things. See, we listening here stomachache opera, bro. We hungry as fuck. and okay, that's everything.
Wow.
That's everything.
That's fucking
I
crazy, bro.
explained to you everything. This is my simple template. As you can see, it's just 40, 30, 39 tracks of mix. There's nothing more. It's not that big. It's very, very easy, very simple track. Very simple. Because I can show you more extensive mixes with bugs, ad-libs, a lot of effects, tricks, drops. Like this is very easy, very vibey. Just the Oleg with the beat doing his best, and that's it. Very simple, but straight.